Hey everyone, happy Thursday. Off the Rails Sports with Bert Beiswanger. I hope you're getting a leg up on the weekend. We are. It's going to be jam-packed. This week is a really good sports week. What week isn't a good sports week? But this week is a really good sports week. Saturday is going to be phenomenal. Kind of run through that. Right now, we've got the Big Ten Women's Tournament going on in Indianapolis. We tipped that off yesterday, so we're going to be busy with that for the next few days, the rest of the week. But fun stuff. And college hoops, man, it's the tournaments are right around the corner. We got all the major conference tournament championships going on for the women. The men are either wrapping up their season Saturday, or they some of the conferences, some of the mid majors have already started their tournaments. It's exciting stuff. We love it, and it'll all culminate with the Final Four here in Indianapolis, with what will be the best Final Four in the history of Final Fours, because that's what Indianapolis does. But this weekend, again, jam-packed, love it. Got the Arnold Palmer Invitational in golf in Florida. That is a preferred tournament. And I would say, you've got the majors, and then you've got the next tier. Well, you got the majors and the Players' Championship, and then you've got the next tier, and this is that next tier. I've been to this tournament twice. Would love to be there this weekend, but could make it this year. It doesn't matter because it's fun to watch. So I'm going to have my DVR on all kinds of stuff this weekend while working the Big Ten Women's Tournament. But you got the Arnold Palmer Invitational. You've got IndyCar back in action 1 week after opening the season at St. Petersburg. Great opening weekend for IndyCar. I think record attendance down there at St. Petersburg. I could be wrong on that. I actually haven't seen the TV ratings yet, but I got to believe they're probably pretty good. I know they had 200,000 plus people total for the 3 days there. St. Pete is a fantastic way to open the season. It looks awesome on TV. I think it's going to be a big season in IndyCar. Now, having said that, Alex Palou did what Alex Palou has been doing in IndyCar lately, and that is dominating. And he kind of laid back, bided his time, boom. After, I don't know, maybe the second pit stop, it was over. Palou won it by like 12 seconds, largest margin of victory in IndyCar history. And, sometimes you got to tip your cap to, well, you always have to tip your cap to excellence, and that's what Alex Palou is. Scott Dixon may be the greatest of all time. I thought that was solidified. And it still is with his duration of his career and what he's done. 50% top fives in his career. 50% of races he's finished in the top five. That's insane. But I will say this. Alex Palou, with the championships that he's racking up and what he's doing, he's closing the gap quick. This guy is phenomenal. He's an awesome personality, awesome dude. We love it. IndyCar. And what I love most about IndyCar, and I've talked about this year, is that they're jumping right back in this weekend. So they got the doubleheader in Phoenix. They're back to what used to be a pretty famous 1 mile oval for the IndyCars. NASCAR has been there forever. IndyCar, thanks to Fox, IndyCar is partnering with NASCAR on a race weekend. So IndyCar will race 3 o'clock on Saturday on Fox. And then the NASCAR race will be the next day. So not bad if you're out there in the Phoenix area or just in this area and want to get away for a road trip. That would be a good roadie. A little late to plan it, but it would be a good roadie. So, all right, we got the Arnold Palmer. We've got the Phoenix Open. We've got college hoops coming down to the wire. Big game tomorrow, Florida and Kentucky. Florida at Kentucky. Florida has been absolutely crushing everybody. The SEC is not what it was last year, but it was also historically the best conference in history of college basketball, statistically, last year. And so they're still good. They're still going to be 10, 11 deep in the tournament. They're not quite as top-heavy as they were. So all the teams that are good, Tennessee, Bama, Kentucky, they're all notched down, I think, where they were last year. But Kentucky's playing really well. And Florida is just, they're back up. They're up to fifth. They started the season third, dropped out with a lot of losses early. Very, very good losses. By the way, they've played all the best teams in the country. They already played at Duke. They played Arizona. They played UConn. So Florida, and they were right there with those teams when they weren't playing their best basketball, and now they are. So I think Saturday's game. I'm sorry, is going to be awesome. Florida at Kentucky should be a really good game. I think Kentucky's got a chance to take Florida in this one, but we shall see. But suffice to say, we are really looking forward to the NCAA tournament. We're getting there. Championship week is starting. We're rolling right into it, and it's going to be an awesome March as it always is. IU with a massive win. I say massive. They crushed Minnesota. Minnesota's not anything good, so it's not a massive win from that standpoint. But IU did what they had to do, so now I think they have to go to Ohio State and win at Ohio State. If they don't win at Ohio State, I don't think they're in the NCAA tournament. That's just me, and I don't think they should be. We don't need these teams in the NCAA tournament. But we shall see if they can go to Ohio. And by the way, Ohio State's right on the edge too. It's not like beating Ohio State is like some box you need to check, but you do need to check it. You cannot lose that game, in my opinion. You probably need to win a game or two in the Big Ten tournament. I hate it when I say that, when people say that, because these teams have already had 15 chances at quality wins. And so some mid-major is going to be left out at 27-4. Let's say Belmont doesn't win the Missouri Valley. Belmont's going to be left out because of their lack of quality wins when a team like Indiana or whomever, Auburn, have had multiple chances to win games. So anyway, all right, looking forward to that World Baseball Classic this weekend as well. That gets ramping up tomorrow, Saturday. Love the World Baseball Classic. If you have never watched the World Baseball Classic, especially in this current iteration, and by that I mean it returned like 2 years ago, and all the best players were playing. Awesome games. Puerto Rico's good, Dominican's good, Japan's good, Venezuela's good. It's an awesome event. I love it. It puts ML. What an international event too. You think the Olympic hockey is cool? World Baseball Classic. It's awesome. These guys play with pride for their country. They take it seriously, and there's just also all-star talent all over the field. Japan won it last time, and so we'll see if they can repeat. But nonetheless, it's going to be a fantastic event, and looking forward to it. All right. Let's see. What else do we have? Colts. So they put a transitional tag on Daniel Jones, which means they don't keep him automatically. They can match an offer if an offer is made out there. And so we'll see what happens. I personally, and this goes back to last season, I think the Colts have put themselves in quite a bit of a quandary, as they say. So they are looking at losing Daniel Jones and or Alec Pierce. And frankly, it's interesting because Jones is coming off torn Achilles tendon. He's also coming off what was his best stretch of his career. He's had a really choppy career to this point, performance-wise, injury-wise, what have you. So here we are. If you're the Colts, your only quarterback option is to bring back Daniel Jones. And, again, coming off a torn Achilles tendon, we're acting like he's going to be the same player he was at the beginning or the first half of last season. We don't know that. Here's what we also do know. The Sauce Gardner trade. This team's got holes. And they're very limited on how they can improve their team. In fact, they're very limited on how they can keep what they've got. So they get Sauce Gardner last year. Awesome player. Do not deny that at all. Gave up A.D. Mitchell, who was in his second year as wide receiver, second round pick, when he was drafted out of Texas. Tons of raw talent. A lot of inconsistency there, no doubt about that. But skill-wise, probably as much skill at the wide receiver position as the Colts had, other than or including Alec Pierce. And so now you've got Alec Pierce as a free agent. So we get the Sauce Gardner trade done, trade A.D. Mitchell, so you clear a wide receiver there, and you lose your first-round pick this year and last year. And you remember what everyone's saying? Well, they don't matter anyway. They're going to be low first-round picks. As if really good teams like the Chiefs and the Bills and all that stuff don't draft low in the first round year over year and somehow make it work. But anyway, it was just the assumption that those picks were going to be, low first round. Well, now they're middle first round, and quite frankly, next year's pick could be about the same, if not worse. It's going to be hard to replicate that stretch that they had at the beginning of last year. It was one of the easier schedules in the league. And that aside, they still played really well. They were putting up points against really good teams. Denver put up tons of points, the Rams. So that aside, they were looking really, really good. But they don't have the picks to fill holes anymore this year, next year. And now they're staring at trying to keep Daniel Jones, which I'm not even sure why it took a tag of any kind. I don't think the market for Daniel Jones is that high, especially come first good season he's had coming off a torn Achilles. I don't know how the Colts couldn't just get a deal done to keep him, but we'll see what happens. Alec Pierce is the most talented receiver on that team. Totally underutilized, started to get more utilized last year. We started to see it, right? This guy can take balls away from defenders. He's catching all kinds of stuff downfield. His average yards are insane. No, Alec Pierce is really, really good. They're in a predicament now. And if you're Alec Pierce, you're going to get an offer. You're going to get an offer out there. I don't know who's got the cap space to do this, but there's a team out there with a really good quarterback, stability at quarterback. They just need a wide receiver. Bills, Chiefs. If you're Alec Pierce, why would you come back to the Colts? That's the thing, because he wants stability at quarterback. He wants to play a primary role, and I don't know. The Colts, do they have stability at quarterback? I mean, just because, let's say they keep Daniel Jones, he's injury prone. Is that stability at quarterback? I don't necessarily think so. So I think Alec Pierce has a lot of good options out there. Would it be awesome if he stayed? Yes. If he does not stay, we're looking at, in the past year, the Colts will have lost A.D. Mitchell, Alec Pierce, and their first-round draft pick, and next year's for Sauce Gardner. Essentially, that's not true, but that's what you're looking at. That's a net gain loss. That's not good. So, going to be interesting times. I know the Colts would like to keep them both and add pieces. I don't know. They got some cap issues they need to work around. Redoing Michael Pittman Jr.'s deal would be a good start. I like Pittman a lot. I think Pittman's more replaceable than Alec Pierce is. I really do. Pittman's reliable, awesome teammate, awesome number 2 receiver, skill-wise, but I don't know, man. You need the downfield threat, and you lose Pierce, you don't have that. And that offense changes. All right. Hey, get a leg up on the weekend. Oh, final thing, by the way, Tampa Bay Derby. Tampa Bay Derby. I know a lot of you don't care, but it's going to be on, not Fox. I guess it'll be on FS1, America's Day at the Races. I've been down there. I love this track. They're celebrating 100 years. It's an old school, awesome track. Well run, well kept. It's got that old school vibe. It'll be packed, sold out for the Tampa Bay Derby, which is a Grade 3 on the road to the Kentucky Derby. We're getting there, folks. The road of the Derby is heating up. It's March Madness on the horse track too. We love it. We love everything about this weekend. We love everything about sports, and we love everything about March. All right, get a leg up. Enjoy what you're doing, and we'll talk soon.